Hi, welcome to Muzzle First. Today I wanted to do a short video about taking care of your concealed carry firearm. And so there's basically 3 rules that I follow for my concealed carry firearm. And I wanted to share those with you today. So what we'll do is we'll just list the rules, and then we'll go back and we'll clarify on each one. We'll address each rule individually and try and clarify what I mean by these rules, all right? All right, so rule number 1, keep it secure. Always keep your firearm secure, and we'll clarify that on that in a minute. Rule number 2, keep it clean. And rule number 3, keep it loaded. Keep it loaded does not mean a loaded magazine and an empty chamber. Keep it loaded. All right? So what do we mean when we say keep it secure? The most secure place for your concealed carry firearm is on your body. Unless you're in a situation where you cannot have your firearm on your body, that is the most secure place for your firearm. When you're sleeping, showering, whatever, yeah, there's places where you cannot reasonably have your firearm. There's places where you legally can't have your firearm. But as far as securing your firearm, it's your responsibility to make sure that that firearm is always in your possession or locked away so it cannot be in someone else's possession. All right? That means on your body. The most secure place for your firearm is on your body. When you get up, you get dressed, firearm goes on you. On your belt, inside the waistband, in your pocket, shoulder holster, belly band, chest band, whatever your preferred method of carry is. You need to keep it secure. And you need to plan ahead for how to secure your firearms in situations where you may not be able to have it on your person or have it in your preferred method of carry. What do I mean by that? Driving in a car. Driving in a car is a good example because there is a decent way to carry in a car where the seatbelt doesn't interfere with you, but it makes it really hard to draw from there. So how will you draw your firearm when driving in a car? You need to know that before you have to do it. And keep in mind, you have to be able to draw your firearm without covering yourself or your passengers with the muzzle of that gun. On the counter here in front of us, I have my 3 preferred daily carry firearms. This is a Springfield XDS in 45. This is a Smith & Wesson 642. And this is a Ruger LCP 380. This is my daily carry 99% of the time. There are instances where I can still carry one of these other 2 because this one is not convenient. More than likely, I'll carry this one plus one of these other 2. And there are situations where you may need to have 2 firearms on you to be secure. And I'll touch on that also. But in a car, for me, all 3 of these are set up for pocket carry. I presented them like that on purpose because pocket carry is my preferred method of carry. I do that because I can pocket carry every day, no matter what I'm wearing. I don't own a pair of pants that this firearm won't fit in. And I do not wear a lot of dress clothes. In the event that I do wear dress clothes, I'll switch to one of these 2, depending on what I'm wearing. Most likely this one. I don't like real tight pants, so the 642 doesn't print on me, and you can see how rounded the 642 is. That is one major benefit of these little J-frame revolvers. They're so smooth. They're rounded. They'll show up as a bulge more than what they will a firearm. This one, the Springfield, it's squared. Even with the holster over the top of it, you can still see the butt of the gun and the muzzle of the gun if your pants draw tight around that pocket. Not a big deal around here. I live in Missouri. There's no laws in Missouri that, you can be fined for your firearm showing in a situation like that. Brandishing, different story. But as far as having this in your pocket, somebody actually seeing the outline of it or actually seeing the butt of it or whatever, not a big deal. So let's go back to the car real quick. What I do in a car is I actually move in my pocket. I will actually slide this firearm up just a little bit in my pocket so the butt of this gun is at the lip of my pocket. All right, that allows me to quickly get a hold on the grip and draw my firearm, and that's not a problem for me. I can do the same with either one of these three. All right, if you're carrying out a waistband, you need to figure out how you can orient your gun on you. And keep in mind, I said on you. When you get in a car, it's a really bad habit to take that firearm out of your holster and lay it on your console, or lay it in your glove compartment or glove box, whatever. It's a really bad habit. There's been some really bad instances happen from that situation right there. For example, if you you go to the service station, you go to the gas station, you get out of your car to pump gas, where's your firearm at? Me, it's in my pocket. I know where it's at. It stays in my pocket. It doesn't go off my body when I get in my car. It stays in my car. I just move it a little bit so it's easier to get out of my pocket in the event that I need to. If you take your gun off of you and you put it in your center console, then you step out of your vehicle, you're unarmed, and B, you've left that firearm in a place where it can be in the possession of someone else. If you have children in the car, friends in the car, whoever, they are now potentially in possession of your firearm. If you go into a service station, your firearm gets, and your car gets stolen, that firearm is now stolen. You got to plan for all this ahead of time. Like I said, on your person. The most secure place for that firearm is on your person. When you go to bed at night, what do you do with your firearm? I don't have young children at home, so for me it might be a little simpler than some people. If you've got young children at home, it's probably not a good idea to have that firearm just laying, in your room on a nightstand. You got to secure it from. You have to secure your firearm from children that may get their hands on it while you're sleeping. Whether that means that you need a small safe on the side of your bed to store your firearm in, or something. There are small biometric safes you can put on your nightstand that'll open very easily with minimal effort from you. They won't open if your kids go punching around on it, and I guess unless you add them to the biometrics on that, but that would be kind of foolish to add them there because that's what you're preventing. But you need to plan for that situation. The same goes when you're in the shower. What do you do with your firearm? Do you take it out of your pocket and take it out of your waistband, unclip the holster off your belt, and lay it on the back of the toilet while you're in the shower? What do you do with it? Do you lock the bathroom door while you're in the shower? Can anyone come in the shower? Can anyone come in the bathroom while you're in the shower? Don't mean to dwell on it, but I want to stress the point that it is your responsibility to secure that firearm. And by securing that firearm, that means keeping that firearm so it's in your possession, not in someone else's possession. All right? Okay, let's go ahead and move on to number 2 here, keeping it clean. What do I mean by keeping it clean? My method of keeping my firearm clean, once a day, I use a towel on it like this. All right? I just wipe it down. And that's all you have to do. You do not have to disassemble and deep clean your firearm every day, unless you actually shoot it. If you go to the range and shoot it, clean it. Take it apart, clean it, oil it, put it back together. All that you really have to do, and I'll just go through this for you. This is loaded, so let's eject the magazine, eject the round, and we can see it's clear. All right. All that you really have to do is just wipe it down. You're looking to get off any kind of oils that may have gotten on it off your body. Lint. I have a bad problem with lint on mine because it's in my pocket. So you will get lint that'll build up on it in your pocket. So just wipe it down. That's all you got to do. You don't have to disassemble it. You don't have to re-oil it unless you want to. One thing that I do occasionally, I don't do this every time. Usually you can buy these towels with a silicone impregnated into the towel itself. That wears out. So what I do every once in a while, I'll use this on it. I'll just spray my towel with this rim oil. All right, just a light mist. That's all you want. You don't want a real heavy coat on there. For something that you're going to carry on your body, you just want a light oil protection. You don't want anything really heavy. All right, you can do that, and then you can wipe it down with that. And so you'll get a small gloss on it. Oh, sorry, I hit the camera. You'll get a small gloss on it from that. That's all that you need. You don't need to do a deep, detailed, strip the gun down, clean every part of it, re-oil it, put it back together. But I do recommend you do that daily. All right, it's just a good habit to get into, to do that daily. Make sure that your firearm is clean and ready to go. All right, let's move on to number 3. Keep it loaded. For me right now, I'm using these hollow points by Liberty Defense. They're a solid copper hollow point, a very deep hollow point on that. That's a very large hollow point in there. I like these. Unfortunately, they don't chamber in all of my firearms. My XD doesn't have a problem with them. My XD fires anything. I haven't had a problem with anything I put in my XD. It just shoots it. Some of my other firearms don't like those Liberties. So in those I'll use something else. But in my LCP, I don't think I even have, yeah. This is what I use in my LCP. These work fantastic. All right. In my little 380, let's swing this open here. Let's just dump these guys out. These are just a Remington. I believe these are Remington. Yeah. Those work really good. All right. Those work really good in my 380. So that's what I keep in mind. They work. I've tested it in them, and I know I can rely on them. So that's another thing you need to do. You need to know that the ammo that you have in it will work in it. If you don't have self-defense ammo like this, you can use ball rounds in it. And actually, I'll show you. My spare magazine for my LCP, I just have a flat nose in it. I think that's a 85 or 90 grain bullet. I believe it's a 90 grain. Just a flat nose, jacketed bullet. That's what I use in my LCP. All right. So for my 38 special, I just use this with 2-speed loaders. I have a lot of these Remingtons, so I do have Remingtons in my speed loaders. And for my XDS, I just use this. You'll notice also here, I just have a standard jacketed ball in my for my spare magazine for the XDS. I actually carry these in a Kershaw knife case. It's says Kershaw on the side, it says knives on the side. It's easily identifiable as what's supposed to be in there, but I found that these magazines fit perfect. All right, and I'll also show you, I use it also for the LCP magazines. They also drop in here just fine also. I can fit 2 of these in the same pouch. All right, I normally orient them better than that, but that's what works for me. All right, I carry that on my belt. This goes in my pocket, or one of these two, and I go. All right, so I do have options, and you need options. There are times when you need to have something besides your concealed carry firearm on you. Let's talk about the range real quick. So around here, the Missouri Department of Conservation has free ranges you go to. There's outdoor ranges. Some of them are manned, some of them are not manned. The manned ones, not a problem. There's people that watch it. There's people there that they walk behind your booths and they make sure you're not shooting too fast and all these other silly rules. But if you go to an unmanned range, you're not going to know everybody that's there. There's no one watching. There's no cameras at them. What if something happens there? So let's say that if you're at a range, a bunch of other people, or maybe just a few people. All right, you're there by yourself. You're practicing with your self-defense firearm, your concealed carry firearm. All right, so you're shooting. Then you go to change your target. All right, everybody stops. Everybody ceases fire. You go to change your target. What did you just now do? You have emptied this gun, and if you laid it down on the shooting bench, empty, and you just walk down range, you're now unarmed, and your firearm is sitting back at the table. For me, when I go to one of those ranges, I'll move this off to the side here. I'll carry that. That is the XD. That's his big brother. They both take the 45 rounds, so it's convenient. I don't have to carry special ammo for this one. I do not have self-defense ammo in here. I will also use this one at home sometimes, sometimes at night. All right, it's a full-size gun. There's not a lot of concealed carrying for this. You can in the wintertime with a jacket over it, but you can see the way I've got it set up. It's for outer waistband. It's visible. Everybody knows you have it. When you have this strapped to your waist at the range, everybody knows you've got it. In a situation where you may empty your concealed carry firearm and walk down range, somebody knowing that you have this is actually a good thing. All right, people have been mugged in that situation, and worse. They've had people that have been killed at public ranges just for their money and their guns, what they can get out of their guns. It's a sad situation that people do that, but they do. All right, I'll show you this also. All right, so I have another option. I also have a this little DeSantis, I believe it's a DeSantis holster. For this one, this fits great also. I actually prefer the leather one better. I prefer this holster, but this is another option for you for pocket carry. All right, here's another option for you. This is something I don't use a whole lot, but I actually like. All right, this is a chest band. All right, so this goes under your arms and then over your shoulders. And there's a spot on one side. I'll just show you. There's a spot on one side for your firearm, and there's a spot on the other side for your magazines. And let me just unwrap it here. I don't use this a lot, but when you're in a car, and which we touched on previously, if you're in a car and you're driving, you're going to be driving a long ways. Having that firearm on your belt, digging into your side, is not always convenient. All right. So what I do is I will use this. All right. So you can see this. So your firearm goes on your left side. I'm right-handed, so my firearm will go on my left side, so I can draw it with my right hand. And on my right side, I got a spot for 2 magazines. That works fantastic with this guy. All right, that is my SIG P250, and this is why I have this chest band. All right, I use it with my SIG. So in a rare instance, and this is a rare instance, I've only used this 3 or 4 times, that I want to carry a firearm under my clothing, where it is really concealed. I mean, it is concealed. You don't see it. It's under your arms, so it's very well concealed. Especially if you got a shirt on, a loose shirt, maybe a t-shirt, and then a flannel over the top of it or something. It conceals very easily. That is an option, and that works very good. But you need to plan that stuff out. You need to know ahead of time how you're going to handle those situations. Let's go over a couple bad situations here. Let's go over a couple instances that happened in April of this year. So Indianapolis, April 20th, 2016. We had a 2-year-old boy pulls the concealed carry weapon from mom's purse and shoots himself. He's no longer with us. Pull it from her purse. All right. 1 day later, April 21st, 2016, Kansas City, Missouri, a 1-year-old girl shot herself with her father's gun while he was sleeping. Then once again, we go back to securing your firearm. If your firearm is in your purse and your purse is in the other room, that firearm is not secure. That firearm is not on you. It's not by you. It is not secure. If you're sleeping and that firearm's laying on your nightstand, that firearm's not secure. All right, both of those go directly to point number 1 that I was making, keeping your firearm secure. That failed on both these instances. That firearm was not secure. All right, 1 day later, April 22nd, 2016, Louisiana, a 3-year-old shot himself in the head. Firearm was left laying in the house. Little boy gets a hold of it, shot himself. Bad situation. Really bad situation. It wasn't a matter of they were asleep. They were just negligent. The firearm was unsecured. It was left someplace where the child got a hold of it, and they got a hold of it. We'll do another one here. April 27th, 2016, Milwaukee. 3-year-old boy fatally shot his mother in the car. Back again, we're going back to the car situation. Where's mine at? Mine's in my pocket. Most likely in this. All right. My child's not going to get that out of my pocket, sitting in the car. If that was in the console, glove box, laying under the seat, next to the seat, wherever, it's easily accessible to anywhere else in the car. So that's what we're kind of talking about here. Once again, 3 rules: keep it secure, keep it clean, keep it loaded. All right. And by loaded, we do not mean, once again, a loaded magazine and nothing in the chamber. If you do not have one in the chamber, you essentially have a club, and you do not want to take a club to a gunfight. Just ain't going to end well for you. All right, keep it loaded. There's nothing wrong with keeping your gun loaded. A lot of people think that it's dangerous to keep your gun loaded, or it's extra safe if they're going to keep it, keep the magazine full and the chamber empty. That's bull. Your firearm is secure on you. As long as that firearm is secure, what does it matter if there's one in the chamber as well as a loaded magazine? That firearm's secure. The firearm should always be secure. Once again, item number 1 on the list: keep it secure. It all goes back to item number 1. All right, and the other 2 are just adding to number 1. All right, they're making it so that it's usable, but item number 1 is the most important one. Keep it secure. All right, I won't dwell on that anymore. If you got any comments, good, bad, whatever, it's free society. Leave any comments you want below. There's a spot below the video where you can leave comments, suggestions. There's a link there where you can actually contact me through YouTube if you'd like to. You can send me an email at muzzlefirst@gmail.com. I don't get enough emails that I can't reply to them. I will reply to your email. If I ever start getting, hundreds of emails a day, I may not be able to reply to them all, but right now I don't. I can reply to your email, so I will send something back. You can also visit my website, www.muzzlefirst.com. Thank you for watching, and I hope you have a great day.